Hello everyone, Dr. H. I do the part 2 of the cochlear implant introduction. For a deaf person, if I'm deaf, the only choice I can recover some part of my hearing is through cochlear implant. As you can see, the cochlear implant has an external part. The external part includes a microphone here, a speech processor here, and a transmitter that is connected to the speech processor by a cable. That's just one integrated system. And there's another part, an internal portion. Internal portion is surgically placed underneath the skin. Yes, right underneath here. So that means before a cochlear implant can work, a surgery must be done first. This piece of skin is open during surgery, and internal portion of the cochlear implant is inserted and placed on the bone here. That's how a cochlear implant can work. So both portions are needed. So we can see that through the whole system, there are 5 parts. A microphone here, a speech processor here, and a transmitter here. So these 3 belong to the external part or external portion. There are another 2 parts. One is receiver or stimulator. The other one is electrode array. These 2 are placed underneath the skin. Skin is right here. This is our skin. You can see that there are 2 magnets, one on transmitter, one on receiver. They can stick to each other by magnetic force. So these 2, as I mentioned, are placed inside here. The place is a little bit above the ear, but a little bit behind, right here. So, so in summary, we know that we have a microphone, we have a speech processor, we have transmitter, and we have a stimulator. So a microphone picks up sound from environment, and speech processor selects and arranges sound from the microphone. A transmitter sends out a magnetic signal. The transmitter sends out magnetic signal to the receiver or stimulator. The magnetic signal is encoded by the outcome of the speech processor. The encoding is done by a predefined strategy inside the speech processor. The strategy will decide what's meaningful, what's not, for improving a speech. Then the stimulator receives the magnetic signal and converts the signal into a train of electric impulses. So let's remember this. The final format of the cochlear implant. What is that? What's the final format of a cochlear implant? Yes. The format is a train of electric impulses. That means cochlear implant sends out electric impulses inside our brain. That means the cochlear implant use the stimulator inside our brain to generate electric current. Why? Because in this way, the nerves in our brain can be activated by the electric current. But how much current, how much amplitude of the impulses should the stimulator generate? That's the key part. How much? So how much amplitude and how frequent is the periodicity of the electric impulses? Parameters like those are sent out from the transmitter to the stimulator. So based on the recipient own hearing characteristic, the stimulator, the transmitter, speech processor can be fine-tuned. Okay, finally we reach the last part of the cochlear implant, an electrode array. Electrode array, if you have seen an electrode, the array, it's very tiny, but it's a straight line. Before the surgery, the product, the cochlear implant product, its electrode array is a straight line. It's very soft. Why? Why soft? There's a reason for that. Let's first give a brief description of the array. The electrode array has a group of electrodes. So assume this is the electrode array. So there will be small dots. Each dot is an electrode. For example, some product has 22 dots. That means there are 22 electrodes. Each of the electrode has its own role and has its own way to generate its own electric current. So these so many electrodes, right? 22, let's say 22 electrodes can send different, like 22 different electric impulses to different regions of the auditory nerves. Eventually, these auditory nerves can activate our brain. Here, the nerves tell brain, hey, there's incoming sound. Please pay attention. So that's how the 5 parts work together to detect an incoming sound. We can tell the system of a cochlear implant works quite differently from a normal hearing person. This is why we emphasize a cochlear implant can provide a sense of sound to a deaf person. That's a sensation, not a real feeling of sound, not a real perception like a normal hearing person. Okay, that's part 2 of cochlear implant. Next time I will let you guys know part 3 of cochlear implant. Bye bye.